Hi guys. The video you're about to see was taken yesterday. I was out with some friends. My tinnitus really acted up, and in the moment I decided to take a video. I'm going to share it with you guys, and then I will be back to discuss it afterwards. So I'm at a friend's house and I just decided to step outside and take a little bit of a break. I woke up this morning, my ears were really loud and high pitched, and it kind of made me feel like I didn't want to come out. It would have been really easy for me just to say, I don't feel like it. I want to stay inside today. I want to stay in bed and watch a movie, but I decided to take a shower, get myself dressed, and just come. My ears still aren't great, and it's a little loud, but I'm glad I came. I'm glad I pushed myself to get out and be with my friends and hang out, even though I had some moments where I felt like I didn't want to come. Sometimes we have to push ourselves to do stuff. There are times where it's valid, to not want to go anywhere. Like, sometimes I just don't. But there are times where I feel like sometimes we need to push past it a little bit and get out and have fun, be around friends, be around family, even though the tinnitus is really loud and really, really intrusive. Because there are times in those moments where I'm laughing or just really in the moment and you're not thinking about your tinnitus for a little bit. So, like I said, it is valid to have those moments where you don't want to participate and you want to stay in and kind of stay away from the noise and away from people and away from everything else. But sometimes when you do push past it, it can turn out to be really beautiful and really fun and leave you with happy memories despite the noise. I'm gonna go back inside. I wanted to record that moment yesterday because I know that that's something that we all go through and that we all struggle with. In the moment, you can be somewhere and your tinnitus is acting up and you just don't know what to do, if you want to jump in your car and leave, if you want to stay. But I think I just wanted to share how important it is not to sit our lives out just because in the moment we're experiencing a little bit of pain, not to let our lives continue without us in it. I don't want to watch my life from the sideline. I want to go out. I want to be around my family and friends. And if that means going out and leaving early, or going out and sitting outside for a moment, or locking myself in a bathroom or in a bedroom just to recalibrate, that's okay. Don't let your life go by because you're afraid your tinnitus is going to hold you back or you're going to be judged for it. Do what you can, as much or as little as that is. You're the only one that knows how much you can handle. But don't make it a habit of saying no to everything. You have to say yes eventually to some stuff, and that's going to lead to amazing things. Sometimes when I'm invited places, I will decide that morning or that day based on how intrusive my tinnitus is being. I'll decide whether or not I want to go. And sometimes I don't want to go because I am afraid that I'm not going to be fun to be around. I'm also fearful that I am going to be the one that my friends don't want to be around, or that they're going to be sick of seeing a sad me or a hurt me and feel sorry for me all the time, because that's not what I want for myself. I want my friends to want to be around me. And by sitting things out, maybe it's an excuse, but maybe it's also that I don't want to be seen by people in a certain way. It feels easier to sit it out because you don't want to be a burden to your friends and family. But in reality, if they're real friends and you know your friends and family are not going to feel that way about you, then it's something that I have to put aside, because that's not the truth. I'm never going to be burdensome to my friends and family. So it's just about me having a conversation with myself and pushing myself to sometimes get up and out even when I don't want to. Sometimes getting up and going out, being in the moment, laughing, having fun, joking, even if it's for a little while, that feeling of happiness and joy will, for those moments, override the feeling that the tinnitus brings to you. And exposing yourself to activities and to your friends and families is only going to bring more of those moments. And that's what we want. Working towards habituation, you want to have more of those moments to forget your tinnitus and not sink into it, not live in it all the time. In the beginning, when I was in that fight or flight, I said no to absolutely everything. And that's understandable, because when you first get it, you are so scared and frightened and unsure of what your future is going to look like. You can't get out. Well, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do anything. But when I started to get a little bit of a grip on it, I would slowly get up and out and say yes to maybe just having a coffee with somebody. Maybe having somebody just come over and hang out, just little things. And those little interactions start to make you feel like your old self again. You start to say yes to more of those things. And that is what you want for yourself. You want to get back to the life that you used to have. Now, granted, I think we have to start reframing what our life is going to look like, because our life may never go back to what it used to be, but we have to start creating a new life for ourselves with tinnitus and embrace what that is going to look like, instead of sitting in the memory of what we used to have. I don't think that's a healthy place for us to stay. When I did start going out, there were times when I felt like I was holding my feelings in, that I was smiling on the outside and dying on the inside. And I do believe that there is some truth to that saying, fake it till you make it, because you can't just cry and be sad and be frustrated and be mad and upset all the time, even though that's what you feel like, because that is not going to help you push forward. It does feel like more work than you want it to be, but that work is eventually going to pay off. Those moments, as horrible as some of those were, they lead to moments of genuine happiness and joy, because there are times when you're going to forget the tinnitus for a split second. And those times become more than split seconds. They become minutes. They become half an hour or an hour. And eventually that is going to become habituation when you put the work in. And that's what we're aiming for. The laughter, the hugs, that human interaction, that human connection, that is the bridge between what our life used to be and what our life is going to be. So we need to get up and out to have those moments so that we can focus on the type of life that we really want to have instead of dwelling in the life that we used to know as normal. You have to decide when you're ready to re-engage with people, whether your tinnitus has just started and you're not there yet, or you've had it for a year, or you've had it for 5 years. It's time to make a conscious decision and effort to change. We are the only ones that can do that for ourselves. It's okay to say no to things if you're not ready, but do not deprive yourself of happiness and joy and love because living in depression and pain has become a habit. That is a habit that we want to break. Let yourself begin to look forward to life again, and with that will come the strength to do it. So, a little at a time, moment by moment, you will get there. I am just as ready to get back to my normal as all of you are, and it's just going to take a step at a time to get there. So, having said that, more yeses, less nos, and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Let's walk together.